And so we have to bring people along with that, with the understanding that, hey, Islam is about justice, it's about correctness, it's about doing good, fisi bilillah. So I think we need to tap down some of the rhetoric that's going on with these so-called quote unquote tensions. But also, we as black Muslims who are indigenous in America, we need to be better organized as ourselves and also organize communities, find ways to raise funds within our communities, and we need to have facilities and centers too. When I say that, I don't mean we need to have facilities and centers for us. I'm just saying there's a lot more room in America for growth in Al Islam, and we need to be on the forefront of having resources and giving the message to our people and establishing safe space, also in addition to that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Good. All right. Alhamdulillah. I mean,
other
like,
topic.
yeah, this, like, the thing is it's natural, like you said, going back to it, said so we can know each other, right? So when you don't know each other, there may be tension. Why? Because it's not a natural flow. We don't realize that we're one brotherhood. And so a lot of ignorance prevails. And that's for all people. When you're coming from other countries, and you've never really dealt with us, you have these precepts. And of course, going back from, these images that they're sending across. When I remember I had a contract and I was in Paris. And when I looked at the news and the way the news shows us, it doesn't really show us in good light. And so if when they come over there and come over to here to America, and one of us happens to rob them, they're gonna believe everything that they saw. Yeah, I told you, man. That's how it is. But what it is that we have to open up. But that's one thing. There's the other thing as far as people that grow up here and they have like from their culture, they have discrimination amongst each other. They have it where the darker side is looked down upon and stuff, and some of especially the Southeast Asian countries and stuff, or other places. And one of the things is that when you come to this country and you do the census, I did the census. I was a census taker in I think 1990 or 1990, and when I would have to go to somebody from North Africa, I would have to write down that they're white. I'm like, nah, you're not white, I have to a Dominican or somebody else. I'll write them down as a language. You see, so if you're coming from, but there are countries where you're coming from Syria and all that, and you're writing down that you're white, and you're coming here. So when they hear us talking about white people, they're like, well, I'm white, but they don't say it to you that I'm white. But you fill out the job application, you write white, you write Arab, but you're white, and so it's a lot of that dynamics. Then the ignorance, that's there as far as Islam, thinking that we don't know Islam because we don't know the Arabiya and the way that the people do or whatever, and we're getting it. Alhamdulillah, many of us are. We read the Quran and we actually know it better than most people because we have used it to remove us from this shaitanic system. We live in a system that's based on what? Ana khayru minhu. I'm better than him. You see? And so when the people ask the question and say, about racism, where it come, I said the original racist was Iblis. He said, Ana khayru minhu. Khalaqatani min nar wa khalaqatahu min tin. You created me from fire while you created him from earth. So anytime somebody says that they are better than them, right? Better than somebody because what they created, they are following saying the kalimat of shaitan. We know in many times in these masjids, you have people and they say, yo, stay away from them. نحن خير منهم. نحن من سعودية. أنا من سعودية. أنا من Pakistan. I'm from Saudi. I'm from Pakistan. I'm better than them. And they teach their kids that. And brothers will come and say that. So we can't ignore that. And when you're teaching them the kalimat of shaitan, you are teaching them kalimat of shaitan. And Allah says, لا تتبعوا خطوات شيطان. Do not follow the footsteps of the shaitan. So if our Lord has told you don't follow the footsteps of the shaitan, you still follow the footsteps of the shaitan, but you think because you have knowledge that you're all right. No, Iblis has more knowledge than anybody. Iblis had been here since the time of Adam. Allah said that the Iblis was up in the heavens. That's why he was up there, because of his righteousness and knowledge. But what happened? Allah gave him a command. And Allah said he was Aba wa Stakba wa kana min al-kafirin. He was proud and arrogant. And so many people, when you say this, when you think it and you teach your kids that you're better than them because of any other reason, or you adopt the deen of this society, and then you pass that on, that's where the conflict comes. That's what I see. And we have a lot of our children that are memorizing Quran. They're going up to levels and they should be put forward. The reality is, if I go to Palestine, I'm not expecting me to be in charge. You got the Palestinians. I go to Afghanistan. I'm not expecting me to be in charge. You got the Afghans. I go in Afghan. That's Arabic is not their native language. They speak theirs. I go to any country. I'm not expecting to jump up and be in charge. Even with my knowledge, I'm there to assist, aid, and assist who's ever there in the struggle. Same thing here. Even if you come here to make money, you here, well, look, we need some aid and assistance. So that thing, that zakat, the zakat is for everybody, not to send to the other countries. The zakat is to be able to what? Build up the Muslim community to those that don't have. That's why we have the fuqara and the miskin, these different groups. And so, we should be able to extend that money, not just hold aside and get a nice chandelier, which is more than the rent for the average masjid in the ghetto. And then they got dirty bathrooms because they don't have the money and they got to beg their people. So this disparity has to change.